We already did everything. We detox, wash, condition. But I wanted to come on with her, with Dion's cut, because so her strands at the end are a lot looser. You know, that could happen because of medical conditions, mechanical damage from, like you said, you wore braids, but that probably wasn't it. Wearing braids, because you said a lot of times it flips out, right?
Yep.
And mechanical damage from the braids or because of straightening, so many different things. But of course, it could be medical. You said you were stressed, so they
Mhm.
told you it was stress.
Mhm.
So we did. We looked at. You'll see more, but I'm actually wet cutting her hair because I can see her with her hair. I can see the difference in the curls a little bit better. Of course, as we get to the top, so you'll kind of end up in a taper anyway. Because that front, like if I went all the way down,
Yeah.
it would be like, George Jefferson. I always tell people it's like George Jefferson, like big chops. When people big chops, gonna cut everything. It's usually always shorter in the front. So it's like we might just have to encourage that hair. I wish I would have started the video earlier, but you can see it here too. Then you'll be able to see it better
Mhm.
too. So it's like it's so much thicker. And you said they're giving you shots now
Yeah.
at the dermatologist. Okay.
Mhm.
And so instead of us doing topical this and that and castor oil, many of us do that. It's best to go to a dermatologist. And you said the first dermatologist gave you the topical thing, right? Not castor oil, but they gave you like a topical.
Yeah. And she
Okay.
said that it was that I needed the injection because it was inflammation under the. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Okay.
Inflammation.
Yeah.
And so that the shots help to kind of calm that down, so it lets the hair grow back.
Wow, that's something. That's something I should consider. I didn't consider that.
Yeah.
We talked about it before, but I didn't consider that for myself.
Yeah. So obviously inflammation can come from anything besides just stress.
Right.
It can be what you eat. If
Yeah.
your body gets you inflamed, and it shows up in different ways.
Yeah. So yeah, you're right because like with my long haul, like my system was inflamed and my hair showed it. Like my scalp was all
And
had
you
so
can
much
see
buildup.
sometimes it'll be
Mhm.
just that bright red, kind of look.
Yeah.
Inflammation.
So look at the difference there. We're not gonna cut all that off,
Mhm.
but you can feel the difference. It's definitely thicker. When did you start getting the shots
I got started them.
or injections? She calls them, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I started them in the fall of 21. Fall of 21.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because your hair is so much thicker. Like
Yeah.
it feels really good.
Yeah.
I didn't. I don't know. It just dawned on me when you said inflammation. I'm like, you know what? I probably should do that too. Because that's where like I suffered the most in the front. And that's where you suffered the most in the front.
Actually, I've always had issues actually in the middle of itch connected, but that's where it's the biggest.
Okay.
They have done a few injections there.
Okay.
But that's also where like my itchiness is and things like that. It's right in the crown area.
Okay.
But the
like right here, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said the inflammation was actually this bottom left side.
Oh wow. Okay. Yep. And you can't see a difference either.
Yep.
Nope. It looks all the same.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. But then it shows up a lot, like especially when it's thrown back in the front. Like right here, it's always drier, like on everybody. And that's what we probably should do, like routinely. Like, okay, stressful and aging and all that. We should go to see a dermatologist.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can really tell the difference here.
Oh yeah.
Like the elasticity is different, and I'm sure they can see. Oh, actually, I'm not pulling enough, but you all should be able to see that it's thicker, and then we get thin right here. Yeah, you can really see that. But we're not gonna go that low. We are not going that low. Not yet. Not yet. Thanks for letting me go live.
Oh yeah, no problem.
The people need to see this too. Oh, thank you. Yes, I'm trying to go live more often. It's easier than uploading a video. I have so much content pre-recorded, but I'm gonna have to do. I probably will go live with them. You know, all right. So I'll probably do your video in a highlight form because I did, because you said we got that. Look at how high. As long as we have curl up there, so people should see the difference. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
That's not heat. That's something else. Okay. And the hair at the end is more porous, so it'll suffer more because it's older hair. That's why the porosity test doesn't work because it's like, what if something medically is happening at the root, that people aren't really aware of, and we constantly try to remedy.
I tried doing that and it's just confusing more. That was just like there's one on top, there's one in the middle, there's one at the bottom.
Yeah, so I in the book I talk about why it doesn't work because there's always something happening differently. And our hair changes anyway every 7 years. It's like we're getting older, like hormonally. Anything can happen.
Fruit chest.
Yeah, so see, I would say, based on the ends, I would use a foam on your hair. But based on the thickness of your, especially back here, we're using gel. So we're going to use gel, and the only difference is the water content. So we're gonna apply it all the way through your hair the same way, but then at the ends I might put a little more water on my hands and squeeze.
Okay. Oh yeah, I can tell the difference.
Yeah.
I can tell the difference.
Doesn't it look? Yeah. It looks good, right?
Mhm.
And you would think we cut, like, when I first showed you, we're like, oh my God, we cut all that hair off. But that's why I gave you the mirror, so you can see it in its dry form. So this is all we cut. I mean, it looks like a lot. There goes my mother, too. There goes my mom. No, I'm kidding. but she walks away. She's like, all right, girl. No, she went in the dry cleaner.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the difference. I'll show them, like, it's very limp. All right, we will go. You can go to the thing. Okay. I'll let you go. Okay. I hope this doesn't pop off. That's why I put the paper down. That's why I put the towel in. Hey, what's up? You look sassy. No, I don't. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
It's warm out there. Yeah, it feels good. All right, you can put your head all the way back. And then, okay. So did I go live? I think I went live yesterday or the day before. I can't remember. I'm just trying to be more consistent about that. Because everyone thinks like 4C is all the same. That's why 4C doesn't work, the term. I like that hairstyle.
Oh my God. I thought I don't understand it.
Oh, now that you mention it, no. Yeah, so we're gonna. Oh, let me give you a mirror. You don't have to watch the whole thing. We did a thicker gel on you, or we did? Did we?
I remember we used the gel. I do remember we used the gel.
Was it this? Was it white?
What's the other one?
I'll show you. I don't ever mention it. No. People are waiting. I don't mention the gel here because was it this?
It was that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't mention it on live because people. There's such a learning curve with it.
Yeah.
And it'll be up there soon. And it's gonna be in the handbook because I wanted people to use it the right way. Even the company, they'll use it, but they tell people to emulsify it first, and that's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Like putting it on just damp hair is better.
Yeah, I went out and bought. I don't remember what the name of the brand is.
So you can you could use I Create Hold, but you won't get the longevity.
Yeah,
this
that's
one,
what.
of course, is you gotta learn it, but and it takes a minute. But because your hair is so much thicker, it's the most reliable. So we're going to put cream on your hair. Well, actually, it's not. It's not. It's kind of warm today, but you would use cream as your thermal underwear, basically.
Okay.
For the winter. Because there's no today again. It's warm out there today, but you need because there's not a lot of moisture in the air because we're in the Northeast. So you need something to hold that moisture in until wash day. So for you, we would only use 1 pump of super cream. No, I'm kidding. No, please. Because you know how you try to get it. Oh, you were even quick. I know. My daughter at work. I love it. So I would apply the cream on wet hair. Hey. We're working that in. We have another Dion back here today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, your name's Dion.
She came yesterday.
Oh,
and I'm going live, so people know that you were the one. I went live with you, right? Oh no, I went live with someone just before, the day before. Yeah, I have a stash. Because I don't know when they're going to have it. Oh, see? And then I completely forgot. Yeah, you just have it. I was like, okay. You're like, oh my God, I'm glad you texted me, though. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know if it'll be here next week, but
thank you so much.
You're welcome. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
You too.
Okay, we got it going. So I'm barely putting cream in your hair.
Okay.
This amount, let me see, make sure. We're using this amount. You have the mirror and over here. Like okay. Barely.
Okay.
It's not even a whole pump for your entire head. What we're gonna do, we're gonna brush it through for distribution. It actually looks thicker now. Your hair.
Yeah.
Like not having. Look at that. Look in the mirror. Wow.
Yeah. I noticed in the mirror. I was like, oh wait, that looks different.
Because when people hair cut, they're like, oh my gosh. But it actually makes your hair look thicker. And you don't have to deal with your hair like with a kid glove. See up here, I already know there's too much. See it? See, we put that little bit, and it was just too much. So that's why I say apply it on wet hair. Because it'll just spit out the excess. And you can still feel it in your hair. So that's when people wear, you know how people put oil in their hair? That's why their hair is all poofy. Because that's what it's doing. It's dabbling against the holding product, and then it overshadows the holding product. And then they'll have those hair boogers. You know where it's like white beads in your hair after it dries? Alright, so we're even going to what I had in her hair before, I used what was I using? Oh, the conditioner was still in her hair when I cut her hair.
Yeah, definitely.
Look at that excess. We don't want that. Too much water.
You can see some of my natural curl coming back.
meant to go live with Ishmael's hair yesterday. I'll do it next time. All right. You know what? I don't want to trip over my shoelace. Okay, so we're gonna blot your hair because it's still too wet. So your holding product, like when people are trying to find out or learn what to use, the holding product is like your, the gold star. When you were little in class, you get a little star. I'm like, that's all people want is the star. But there's some work that has to be done prior to. We couldn't have put this on your hair when you first came in today. So you see the difference? Mhm. So that's why we use your comb. Yeah, I don't want this soaking wet. Because any water transferred, it was gonna revert your hair. So we're gonna use the fine side. So your curls are more uniform. And I know there's too much on the end, but I'm gonna wait because there's gonna be air that gets in your hair and the water's still in there, so it's gonna revert on its own. The good thing is your wash and go doesn't take long. So a jar would probably last you 2 months. Isn't it so quiet in here? I'm like, nope, but they're gonna have copyright music. Oh, so I'm just working my way around here.
And this gives it the longevity.
Yeah, that's why I say use a stronger holding product.
And that seems to be the issue I have because anything I've tried, I don't get. Like it'll look nice, but it won't last for a long time.
My stomach's like, hello. Like a stronger holding product will take longer to put in, but it's guaranteed longevity in the long run. So either you're spending time on wash day doing it, or you're spending like triple time throughout the week trying to fix it.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, I'm just on at the top of. So I would use gels without polyquat in them because they act like it kind of acts like silicone. Like you don't need that. You need more things like PVP Polyquats actually send. They lend the what do they lend? They lend the slip and the shine, but they don't lend the hold. You need something that lends the hold because everything you did prior to will lend slip because your hair is in its cleaner state. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
I'm gonna give you a little volume after your hair dry. Do you have a dome dryer?
I do.
Okay, good. You don't sit under it often, right?
No.
Okay. I would.
Okay.
Because it just seals the hair better and it dries evenly.
It's not my favorite. I actually should
No,
probably
it's
get.
not,
I should probably get one that's a little.
You have a tabletop?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why.
Yeah.
You know, those old school tabletops, you
Yeah.
kind of have to stack it. It's not comfortable. But the one on the stand is so much better. Not that you want to sit under it, but it makes it a little easier.
Yeah, I keep seeing that somebody's like,
Yeah, I had some, but people don't really invest in tools and accessories and equipment. But it's part of the whole process to maintain your hair in a healthy state. Like products are good, but everything makes your hair better. So I do have some suggestions in the Amazon store.
Okay, yeah, that'd be great.
So you see here, I didn't need to like break it up as much because your hair, your curl pattern's different. Like yeah, it's tighter in the root, but it's also like a little more flat and smooth, so we don't have to break it up as much. And then you don't want it to like stick to your scalp anyway.
Right. That's true.
But it really doesn't. No, it really doesn't give a hold. It's not, polyquats aren't holding on your hair. They're just sitting on your hair like a film. They're not doing anything for holding. And it really depends on the hair type too. Like people more flat and smooth, yes, possibly, but people with more ripple textures, no. It's just embedding itself in the hair. I feel like I can't breathe on camera. People will hear me breathing. Because you know people catch everything.
Yeah, depending on how well the microphone is. Yeah.
I need to set up those cameras because I have wireless mics and cameras. It's just easier with the phone.
Hey, that'll work.
But I told myself, spending all that money, I need to use it.
Sure.
So you'll get the maintenance care plan. You'll get the older one, but I'm actually working on a newer one.
Okay.
So you'll still get the newest one to make it simpler. I keep shuffling to read comments.
Oh yeah, I'm sure people have questions.
Usually I wait to the end to do this, but since we're almost finished with the back, I'll go back over it anyway. So definitely use your tools, especially the comb. People use the edge control brush, but it's essentially like a boar bristle brush, so it'll cause breakage. Leave this for a second. Come back to this. Let me have you sit all the way up. Do you start from the front or the back when you style?
It usually depends on my mood.
Okay, yeah. So I don't start from the back because then I will hear that on all these videos, but I don't start from the back because if you start from the back, you get to the front, all that runoff would have went to the back and diluted your hair.
So it's actually better to start like what in the middle?
Like I start around the perimeter, then maybe do this last. You know, like this last, I end up doing this last because that's where you reach because you're doing this. And that's kind of awkward. The good thing about the back, it doesn't take long at all. So everyone didn't get to see your hair in the beginning, and that's why I put 4C up there. Because people would say, "Is that 4C?" But there will people that would come in and say, "This is 4C." No one has 4C. But it's easy to identify hair. Well, it's not easy, but it gives people a starting point. I say that's always good when you're starting out your natural journey. And if you're looking for specific styles, like, oh, let me see what that hairstyle looks like on 4C hair, which is more so the strand density and overall density. Like, is it fine, medium, coarse? Or do you have a lot of hair or a little bit of hair?
When I first came to you, I had a little bit of hair.
Yeah.
You could cut anything.
Oh yeah, see. I do remember it's thicker, so your density's thicker. And that's a prime example of hair typing, like why it doesn't work, why the porosity test doesn't work. It's best to get the foundation down. Like, okay, maybe I'll start washing and conditioning my hair on a consistent basis with the right product. And clarifying, that matters too. Remember my shoes. That's all I need. All that, the camera goes, the phone goes flying. So at this point, I'll emulsify. I really can't believe how nice it is right now. Normally I would say, oh, it's like, it's great for a cider donut. I'm not doing that. Especially after having that Starbucks TikTok drink.
Oh yeah. Bounce off the wall.
Oh yeah.
Bounce off the wall.
Then I'll regret the carb. So. Look how that wants to just stay straight. So I'm gonna add, after I finish this section, I'm just gonna wet my fingers just a little bit. So that part reverts more. See how it did it on its own, but it's still kind of just laying there. So that's why it's always good to start with damp hair, because if you keep adding water, like this part will get frizzy. Aren't you glad we didn't cut more? I'm like, we got to keep that long. I'm barely gonna wet my hands. Wet. Shake off the excess. I'm shaking off the excess. And I'm really just tapping it in. Okay, you can hop in that chair over there, and I'm gonna pin you a little bit too.
Okay.
See, this is why I need those cameras set up, because my three, so it's just like hitting a button.
Yep.
I stepped on my shoe. All right, we're gonna stick a little bit of. We're gonna stick a few pins. And of course, with this gel, it allows more malleability. So when I blow it out a little, or pull it out with a blow dryer, it's able to, stand up a little bit more, a little more volume. Okay, now we dry. Okay, so I'll be back for the drying process, or after she's dry.